Hey there, Cancer. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to your tarot card reading for October 2023. In honor of October's new moon eclipse on the 14th, 15th, and full moon eclipse on the 28th, 29th, this reading explores themes of light and shadow. So once I lay out the cards, these cards just want to fly all over the place. Once I lay out the cards, I'll identify their positions, go through the meanings, and do some clarifications. I'll pull a couple of archetype cards to show how these double eclipses might test you this month. And at the end of the reading, I will close off with some messages for additional guidance. Take with you whatever messages resonate and leave behind for others whatever does not. Okay, so I'll pull these out here. All right, so how are the double eclipses going to test you? You have this mentor card, light attribute, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character, shadow attributes, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. And you have warrior, light attributes, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroicism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego, shadow attributes, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. So Cancer, this could play out for you in a way of kind of trying to show someone how to do something, how to be tougher, better, and perhaps being focused on more of like perfection and not allowing someone else to potentially fail or even have that opportunity to try for themselves. It also could be more of trying to get certain credit for fighting fights that maybe aren't necessarily needed, or possibly taking things in a direction that where there's really no winners or losers, and kind of doing that in the name of potentially, trying to do what's right, or trying to, show someone how to do something. So let's take a look at these cards here. So first, we see what needs your attention. We have the Emperor here. Second, we discover what's hidden by shadow. We have Page of Swords. Third, we see how it can be illuminated by light. We have 10 of Cups. Fourth, we reveal the truth for you to embrace. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Fifth, we identify where to carefully navigate. We have the Devil card. Sixth, we explore your best path forward. We have the 8 of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, the influencing energy of this reading, we have here the Fool. I think that this Page of Swords and the Fool here really kind of embrace that concept of like the student, whoever is doing the learning here, whoever might be wanting to go out and try out those like warrior skills. And then we have here the Emperor, which is kind of like maybe who was formerly the warrior and now in the position of control and power, and possibly like maybe pushing everyone out of the way so that they can kind of demonstrate that power. So here, this needs your attention. So again, that Emperor, that concept of like power, control, authority, and possibly how you wield your power, and the reasons why you wield your power. and then what's hidden by shadow, we have the Page of Swords. So this could be someone who is learning. It could be like how you're communicating with someone. It could be more like either a specific person other than you, or how like people in general, people who you have power and authority over, in terms of like how this, it could be like their skill is hidden by, you know, the need for you to kind of show how something is done, to kind of have that control, to kind of be so concerned about either the power you have or the way that something is done, that there's certain people who aren't able to like be given a chance. Maybe you don't want to give them a chance. Maybe the things that you say about them doesn't give them a chance. And here, how it can be illuminated by the light, we have the Ten of Cups, and that's really being like supportive, like being a family, being a team, being someone who shares ups and downs, and kind of being supportive, and not necessarily it's not like not being critical, but I would say constructive criticism possibly. And how the truth for you to embrace with a Three of Pentacles, it seems like there's some type of teamwork that is needed, and a need for letting other people kind of shine. Whatever they're good at, whatever they're bad at, they need to actually put in that work to figure that out. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at like this Emperor. We have here the Hierophant. So like what needs your attention? It's kind of the way things have been done traditionally, the rules, kind of the structure that needs to be adhered to for some reason. It's almost like the structure and authority and the rules and the hierarchy, whatever that is like paramount here. So let's take a look at this Page of Swords hidden by shadow. We have here the Hanged Man. So it's almost a sense of like the need to kind of see things in a different perspective really requires someone to see their own perspective first, like to kind of figure out where they stand. If you don't know where you stand in the first place, how you are operating, you know, your level of communication, your level of problem solving, your ability to kind of see things clearly or not. It's almost a sense of not being able to even know your baseline before you're put in a position to consider how you should change. So let's take a look at this Ten of Cups on how it can be illuminated by light. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, the Knight of Pentacles, I feel, is someone who's willing to put into that hard work. And it's almost a sense of like, if there was something in the past where a person maybe rushed into something, they didn't prepare themselves. And this seems like more like it could be like a job situation or a colleague situation. It could be like in the past that happened, and so you're not thinking they're ready. But it's almost as if you come from a place of support and kind of allowing them to make their mistakes and being there to help them through that, they'll be able to kind of recognize their own, like how to forge the path forward in a way that kind of embodies whatever you're trying to preserve with these rules to tradition with the Emperor and Hierophant. Like they will embody the like reputation or hard work, whatever the standards are. It's as if showing like support as opposed to kind of just instruction and demanding, and kind of treating them like they don't know anything, that will get them a lot further. So let's see about the Three of Pentacles, which is the truth for you to embrace. We have the Ten of Swords. So the way that you may be approaching a problem, thinking through something, the way that like the way you've been going about this is really like kind of not working. It's not really giving you what you are hoping for, because you've just been doing the same thing that you were doing before or previously. So kind of recognizing more of this teamwork thing may allow for a new, like, a perspective of things, where you have like this Fool. What's behind the Fool? We have the Star. Okay, so with this Fool, it's kind of taking a leap of faith, like taking a calculated risk and possibly having things exceed your expectations, like, wishes come true. But in terms of where to carefully navigate, you have the Devil. So this could be like the way that, the way that you deal with authority, with power, with your ego, certain instant need to feel a certain level of comfort by doing things the way that you've been doing them, the way that you feel comfortable doing them, even though it might not have any objective positive results to justify you doing things in that same way over and over again. So let's take a look at that. Somehow, okay, we have the Tower. So here it's like really reflecting on like aspects of authority and really aspects of the ego that might require some like turmoil to kind of combat and build from the ground up again, with the teamwork and more with other people contributing to what this goal is or this outcome. So your best path forward, we have here the Eight of Swords. And that's kind of interesting in terms of like, that's a card of kind of thinking that you are limited, thinking that you have to navigate through a lot of problems, when really it's how you're looking at a situation that is creating the limitations. And so it could be that whatever restrictions or whatever you're trying to achieve with this Emperor and this Hierophant, like whatever structure you're trying to adhere to may be how you at some point needed to operate. But it's almost as if you are putting those limitations on other people, or even maybe recognizing that you feel if you don't do things your way, you are kind of giving up your power and you'll be the victim. So let's take a look at that. We have here the Seven of Wands. So it's like inner conviction, inner knowing, kind of willing to, it's almost like, what is it that you're willing to kind of fight for? And it's interesting because you have this warrior aspect here. So are you fighting for someone like to actually learn certain skills so they can be applied, or teach certain skills or strengths, have certain kind of rules in place so that they're just there and followed, or so that it can be applied when those principles need to be applied? So here, and with the Fool, I feel like there's going to be like a change. There's possibly like, are you willing to go down with the ship type of situation, possibly? So I'm going to close off with some messages for aligning with the best version of yourself, Cancer. Okay, we have Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. And then we have Mummy, change. So whatever it is that you are trying to create, manifest, it's as if like if you are going for what the principles are, like having a certain standard that's adhered to, a quality product, a quality service, a quality like assessment, whatever that is, it's as if you focus on the bigger picture of things, like that is happening, but something is going to be changing. Something needs to change. And it's either you help with that change or you kind of go down with the ship. And it's for you to kind of figure out for yourself to navigate through. So Cancer, I hope that this reading provides a helpful perspective of your October. We'll see you next time. Take care.